What does it mean for two triangles to be congruent?
Equilateral.
Each other.
No.
Okay.
Equality.
Okay, if these two triangles were congruent, what would that mean?
They're the same.
What exactly is the same?
Everything.
Okay, all the corresponding angles and all the corresponding sides would have to be congruent, right?
They're pumpkinized.
So, like on that thing we just graded, how many corresponding parts are there?
6.
6. 3 corresponding angles, 3 corresponding sides. Anyway, all those things would have to be congruent by the definition of congruent triangles. All those parts would have to be congruent. Well, it turns out that there's a way to prove triangles are congruent without showing all 6 of those things are congruent. There's a few different ways. Today we're only talking about 2. Can never draw them. So the first way is called, oh man. It's called side angle side, or SAS is the abbreviation, side angle side. What that means is you have, that's one pair of congruent sides, that's 2 pairs of congruent sides, and the angle that's congruent has to be between the 2 sides. Like that. You guys get it? So this is called, when the angle is between the 2 sides, it's called, the book calls it included. It just means between. So if I knew this much, like these 2 pairs of sides are congruent and the angle between them is congruent, this is enough to say, well, these 2 triangles have to be congruent. If we do just those 3 things, that would be enough. Okay, this is a postulate. We'll just call it side angle side, SAS. That's what we'll call it. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. All right. There's another one. This other one we're doing today is called, guess what that stands for? And guess what it means?
That there are 2 angles.
2 pairs of congruent angles and one pair of congruent sides, but what do we, guess what we have to know about the side? It has to be between the 2 angles. So, can you guys tell which side would be between these 2 angles?
Very bottom.
The bottom one. Okay, get it?
Yes.
So that would be, that's what angle side angle might look like. So this side is between these 2 angles. It's called, the book calls it included. It's included. So if this was like angle A and angle B, you could say side AB, segment AB is included between angle A and angle B. Alright, so you can have an angle between the sides and the side between the angles. There's something else I was going to say. Oh yeah. If we know these 2 triangles are congruent, so right now we know these 2 triangles are congruent, right? So, how do I know that these 2 angles are congruent? Or do I know that? Okay, yes. If I know the triangles are congruent, then I know any corresponding parts have to be congruent, right? These 2 triangles are congruent by angle side angle. Therefore, these 2 angles would have to be the same as well because they are corresponding parts of congruent triangles, which are congruent. I'm going to write this down. It's kind of a big mouthful. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are themselves congruent.
How COCTAA.
Well, you're close. Okay. Did you guys process this? It kind of helps if you understand what, I know it's a lot of weird words, but corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So if you already know the triangles have to be the same, and then you say, well, these two are the same, well, how did we know that? Because if the triangles are congruent, any matching parts have to be congruent. Whoops. Anyway, the abbreviation, there is an abbreviation, is C. You guys want to guess it?
I already did my guess. CPCTA.
Okay, actually we're going to stop right there. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So CPCT. They have to be congruent. I think the book might write this. This book might write like congruent right there or something.
It's Chelsea passes chemistry tests.
How about just corresponding parts of congruent triangles? How's about, okay. I think I got it.
Wait, where at, Paxton? Where? What did you say?
He was just making something up. Okay, number 1. Name the included angle between segment AD and DC. Do you guys see sides AD and DC in the picture?
Yes.
Yeah, it's D.
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so it says AD and DC. So there's AD, there's DC. What angle is between those two? Okay, you can't call it angle D. Why not?
Because I could
Because there's multiple angles over there. So what do we have to call it?
ABC.
Angle ADC. So number 1 is angle ADC. All right. Number 3 says name the included side between angle DAE and AED. D, so the way you find the angle is you kind of draw angle DAE would be right there, and angle, did it say AEB?
No, it's
AED.
AE.
AED. So that would be this one right here. Okay, what side is between those two angles?
AE.
Yes. Segment, right there, AE. So number 3 is line segment AE. Yeah, 5 and 6 we're actually skipping. Construct means like draw it using a compass. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Except for Jaden. Jaden's gonna go ahead and do it.
I think we should just shuffling off.
Okay, 7. The directions are kind of confusing. See how they wrote a little paragraph there? I will explain. It says if the triangles can be proved congruent using SAS or ASA, write a valid congruence statement. We did that yesterday. You guys remember what that meant?
No.
Like triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ, something like that. That's a congruent statement. And name the postulate that justifies it. That would be like side angle side or angle side angle. If not, state, okay, if we can't prove they are congruent, state an additional side or angle congruence that would enable the triangles to be proved congruent. So if there's not enough info to say they're congruent, we got to make up another fact that would make it so that they were congruent. We'll figure it out. Number 7, do we have enough information to know those two triangles are congruent?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Well, half of us are right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's side angle side.
Because that is side angle, that is what side angle side looks like, yes.
Oh.
So if it is enough, then we're gonna make a congruent statement. So like triangle ABC, you guys remember this from yesterday, is congruent to triangle what? Or was this Monday maybe? If I go ABC on the left triangle, EFD on the right, yes. A matches E, B matches F, so EFD. All right.
You have to write if it was side angle side.
Yeah, which one was it?
Side angle.
It was side angle side. All right, SAS. Does number 9 have enough info to say those are congruent?
Yes.
No.
No.
What we have is angle, 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 which is not, no. If you think about it, you could have two triangles with the same angles, like maybe two equilateral triangles. Like those are all 60s, right? But are they congruent? No. Angle, angle, angle does not count.
So every time you have to have a side and an angle for you to like be able to get it.
Either has to have a side angle side.
We need side angle side or angle side angle, right? So what are we missing to,
Sides.
we need at least one side in there, right? And then we could have angle side angle. So we need to list like what side could be congruent to what side.
GF could be congruent to LK.
Okay, yeah. So if we added the fact that GF is congruent to LK, then the triangles would have to be congruent by, but that's all we have to write though. Just a missing fact that would help us. Okay, number 11, this is kind of like number 8. It's got a trick to it. Do we have enough information to say those two triangles are the same, or congruent?
Yeah.
Yes.
If yes, what do we have?
Angle side angle.
No.
No, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
Okay, we have side angle,
Angle, angle,
side angle.
Need side angles.
So we need another, do we know these two angles are the same? No. Do we know this? So side angle side would be like this, right? Side angle side. So do we know this side is the same?
No.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Why is this side the same?
Because they touch.
Because it's the same side in both of them, so it has to be congruent to itself, right? So we do actually have side angle side, side angle side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So triangle, I guess we'll say ABC again. If I go triangle ABC is congruent to triangle what? A matches, A on the left triangle matches what on the right triangle? All right, I said that backwards. A is on the right triangle, I guess, matches C on the left triangle. Yeah.
So CAD.
Yeah, AB on the right matches CD on the left. Yes, so CDA.
Do we need to put the?
Okay, and which postulate did we use?
SA or
Side angle side.
yes, SA.
SAS again. 13. Okay, do we have enough on 13 to say those are congruent?
No.
No, because what do we have?
We have angle or angle side side.
Right. The trick, and this will be used a lot in the future, if it makes the bad word, that's not one of them. There's a lot of things that do work, but if it makes the bad word, that's not one of them. Okay, so we got angle side side or side side angle. That's the way the book would say it, so they don't make it bad. You can ignore that. They're doing.
It scared Timmy, bro. Timmy,
Timmy
So obnoxious.
Let's listen to its beauty. This is gonna go on for 30 minutes.
Finally, thank God. What?
You almost saw 8.
What's
That
that?
threw me off.
Said it could last 30 minutes.
Try yourself first. We're still doing the odds. 13, so it's not enough. So we need another fact that would make those two triangles congruent.
Yes, 30 minutes.
Or somebody should have like get
It's
it.
so loud.
I bet it's James' phone.
Bro, my phone this
Where's the phone caddy? Anybody not in there?
You just want our phones.
Yeah.
I was like, let's take the phone caddy out.
Because you already
Sure,
knows
no.
nothing we do.
Alright, so I don't get what you're saying about that one.
Angle side
Angle, side, side.
What is that
Guys, you
abbreviation?
just woke up.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Taxes for bad.
That was like 2 minutes ago.
Wait,
Max was like,
And it can't be that, right? Like
That's a no, yeah. If it's a no word, it's a no proposition.
the only
we
things
don't
that
do
I-
no words.
Am I dumb? I don't know what you're talking about.
Angle, side is not.
Angle side.
You guys not good. You do. No.
Side.
It's never gonna be that. okay.
Okay,
No.
so 2 minutes, 3 minutes later. What fact on number 13, and there's a few options, what's another fact that we would need to say those two triangles are congruent?
They need side.
GH matches KL.
We already know that.
Well, they need GF to be congruent or be congruent or to have the
No,
line.
FHG angle.
J
Angle
KL.
edges.
Okay, there's FH is not an angle. What are you
Or is
saying?
it angle
No.
FHG, like that?
Okay, you could just call it angle H
Oh, okay.
because there's only one angle in that vertex.
Oh.
Angle H congruent to angle
Go.
L. That would be enough because then we would have like angle side angle, or we'd have side angle side also. You could also have done GF congruent to KJ, like segment GF congruent to segment
I hate
J.
putting
what I
angle
said.
L because I'm putting two L's or two angles.
Yeah, angle looks like L. Okay, one more of these.
Number 15.
15. Do we have enough info to say those two triangles are congruent?
Nope.
No.
Are those two angles in the middle vertical angles?
Yes.
No, they are not.
I mean.
Why are they not vertical angles?
Because they're not like
'Cause they're not-
this.
Two continuous lines.
Yeah.
They're like, it looks like that, not, anyways.
Yeah.
This is what vertical angles look like.
Uh,
So number 15, those are not. The angles do look the same, but they're not vertical angles, so you can't assume they're the same. So no, we do not have enough info. What's another fact that would be able to use
line segment CA RK.
CA and RK would make side angle side, yes.
Or angle E.
CA congruent to RK. Or yeah, there's another option, the angles. Angle CEA, angle REK.
Is C congruent to R?
That would not be enough information.
Wait, why?
That would be angle side. The side's got to be between the two angles. Okay,
Fax just misses this cat.
number 16 and 17. I'm going to help you with these. Both main sails on the sailboat in the photograph form a 90-degree angle with the main mast. So
That was dumb.
what they mean by the main sails are those two sails that are like around the red flag. So it looks like the main sails look like this in the picture. And like the main mast would be like holding them up here. Anyway, that's no. I live in Oklahoma, so what do you think? if you know the height of each sail is the same. Oh, and the directions it said these are 90-degree angles. Right there. And then it says on 16, if the height of the sail is the same. So what does that tell us? If
They're congruent.
like that would be these two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the verticals are the same. And then it also says, and the angle formed at the top of each mast is the same. So that'd be
So
those
it's
two.
gonna be angle side
Okay.
angle.
Yeah, do we have enough to say that sails are the same?
Sass.
So we're
No,
gonna
that was
put
one, that's one, that's one.
yes by what?
Angle side angle.
Angle side angle. Asa. I think that was like one of the Jewish kings.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Ask. That's all happened.
All right.
See that?
There is a second question. The second part of the question. Can you be sure that the bottom of each sail is the same length? Why?
Yes.
Why do we know these two are the same?
Because the other angle, or the CPT, or CPCT.
Right. Because they're corresponding parts on triangles that we already said were congruent. So it's yes, C, P, C, T. No.
No, my dyslexia.
Corresponding parts, congruent
That was
triangles.
from 16. The thing says, can you be sure that your sails?
Well, that's the same thing on 15, or 17.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, 16.
Oh,
I was doing 16.
Oh. Dang it.
And then you could also do
I
seven.
just ruined your life.
Yeah, I wrote all of that. All of that.
I hate you.
So you're also gonna do like 17, right?
Square root.
Okay, 17 says, using the same picture, if you know that the height of each sail is the same, so actually I could have just left that in there. The heights are still the same, and the bottom of each sail is the same. Do we know that the sails are congruent
Yes.
by
Side angle.
SAS? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Okay, follow-up question. Can you be sure that the third sides are the same?
Yes.
Why? All right. 18, I'm not going to help you too much with these, but however, let's talk about the given.
Whitley starts crying.
Literally.
Time to have a breakdown. I will help you with the given because they don't directly tell you. The given is, it says the figure, which means the picture. What do we know just by looking at the picture?
ABC is congruent to ABC.
No, we do not know that.
I know that.
And which number? 18.
On 18, what do we know?
AC is congruent to
CD.
DC.
Yeah, that's part of the given. That's half the given. AC is congruent to CD. You guys see where she got that from?
Yes.
It's just, they marked it in the picture. The red lines.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, there's also something else that's given to us in the picture.
ED is congruent to AB.
Not congruent, no.
AC is
What are the, what
Oh,
are the,
parallel.
parallel. So they put line AB instead of segment because technically lines are parallel, not segments. AB is parallel to line ED. Drop of golden sun.
When you said I'm gonna help you on the given, I thought you meant like the one where it just says given.
Yeah.
It was like a.
The other thing I want to talk about is, so those lines are parallel, right? And kind of looks like that. Do you guys remember last chapter? You lines are parallel. Let me change this picture a little bit. Okay, what if I just draw these lines and then this line, but I extend the lines?
Oh.
Here, let me make it look a little bit more the same. Okay, what does this angle correspond to in this picture?
Eight.
No.
Wait, what?
Oh.
It's the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Is it, it's not a dot.
Which number is which? What are you saying?
It's 4.
Yeah, Paxton got it. Okay, you ready? I didn't look ready.
Wait. Wait a second.
What?
So how do you know it goes there and
Oh,
Okay, this is the line between the parallel lines, right? So that would be like this.
so it is gonna be 8?
So this is like angle 4,
Uh-huh.
and what's this one like? Angle 5. I drew this it's too big for this, but yeah, this would be like angle 5. So what do we know about 4 and 5?
They're
congruent.
alternate.
They're congruent because,
Alternate interior.
right, so that's, you're gonna need that fact for later. That's not line 2, don't write that down for line 2, but
We don't
I want
have
you guys
four
to-
on reason.
you guys can look at that.
Yeah.
Um,
We should just go to 20.
Yeah, we should go to at least line 2 on
Probably.
19. See how this with line
Can we
2.
go to
No.
20?
We can end at 18.
yeah, we can end on 18. We ran out of time in the other class because they have like 10 minutes shorter, so.
What's number getting into?
Finally, we're
18.
getting- we finally convinced you.
Well, it's just because I let the other class stop at 18. You got lucky.
So we're not 20?